Fair
He's a
enough.
cool guy.
Next, Guru.
And this is the last one we have on the list. Again, let me know if you guys want to continue this. But
Sure.
this is the moment I think everybody, the people that are watching this right now, and the thousands that will watch the recording of this,
That's right.
as well as the two of you, I think this is, and myself, to be fair, I think this is the moment that we've all been waiting for. And I don't even think I need to really tell you who it is, but I'm going to because that's my job. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just start with Steven. It's his show. I'm going to let him lead the way on this one. Steven, what are your opinions on Sifu himself?
Okay, so I cannot show this. What I have in my hands right now is a cease and desist letter from Dan Lok delivered to my house. The dude, okay, I got to be careful here because he's getting really close to suing me right now. What can one say about the king of high ticket sales? What could you say about a guy like that? I don't know. John, like if you want to jump in here, I'm trying to think of how to summarize my experience with Dan Lok.
You're on the spot.
He's the shadiest guru I've ever come into contact with. And researching him makes me want to take a shower, honestly. The number of people that have contacted me about Dan Lok far exceeds any other guru that I've ever exposed on my channel. Nobody comes close. The amount of people who said, Dan Lok, I've lost all my money. Dan Lok put me in debt. Dan Lok this and this. Dan Lok's course didn't work for me. Dan Lok is suing me. Dan Lok's students are being sued. Well, anyway. Dan Lok is just notoriously litigious. He sues people who disagree with him. He uses his money instead of his words. And I don't think that's going to get him far. I think ultimately you live and die by your reputation. And while he's really good at shutting down public discussion, the conversation is happening whether he likes it or not. And if he continues to hide behind lawyers, he's going to fall farther and farther behind. Because ultimately the public knows, just like you said, John, if you're not going to come on and say something, everyone knows you have something to hide. If you can't come on and address it, what are you hiding? So Dan Lok, he's the king right now. He's the king of the fake gurus. In my mind, he's the boss in the Bentley. He's the high-ticket salesman. That's all I can say. Oh, and now he is an investing expert. I don't know if you guys knew that. He's selling a investing seminar. Like, he was a salon expert, then he's supposedly a social media expert, then he's a sales expert, then he's a investing expert. He's the everything expert. If you could make money selling it, Dan Lok would be happy to sell you that ice to the Eskimos.
Fair enough, John.
Okay.
And that's all my opinion. None of that's fact. None of that's fact.
I'll go to
disclaimer.
There's douchebags and there's people who are just like dicks. And I don't know. I came across Dan Lok at FHL at Funnel Hacking Live, and I don't know. The dude always has like 5 or 6 guys dressed in like matching black suits, and they all have like they have their own like what is it called, uniform. They've got their basically they've got like this business suit uniform but they're not business people, but they're high ticket closers. So that was kind of like weird, but I was like, oh, okay. I don't know, any dude who like walks around who's like, hey, you guys learn from me, all have to dress the same way and follow me around everywhere and, not make eye contact. I mean, I don't know. That's kind of weird. Like, first off, like, would not party with, like, doesn't like, I don't want some dude coming in and like, just, he has all these dudes in black around. Maybe it's marketing, maybe it's just like he's at a conference, so he's got to like show up and like, have all, I don't know. It just seemed like, it seems a little off. Haven't actually, I almost got sued by him. I got a cease and desist letter against me because one of my affiliates.
Exclusive.
So that was the real way we almost met is, and to be fair, like the more you move up in business, the more a lawsuit is kind of like it's like saying hello. It's like, hey, let's talk. Like,
Yeah.
But you know what? At our level, like it just is not necessary. It's kind of rude.
Just talk on the phone.
He could have. He's one degree away from me. Like all he has to do is ask one person, and we'd be connected. And he just say, "Hey, look, John, some of your affiliates," or I'm not going to mimic an Asian voice, but no, I'm not. Okay, so he all he'd have to say is, "Hey, John, some of your affiliates are advertising on my terms. Can you tell them to stop, or else we'll, we're gonna sue them and you too." So like something like that, and I'd be like, "Oh, cool, thanks for bringing it to my attention," So I thought that was a little rude. I thought it's a little weird that he has all these dudes following him around. It seems sort of cultish, which I don't know. I understand everybody wants to be a part of a tribe, but when you start turning a tribe or a community into a cult, I think you're going too far. So that's my opinion on it. Also, I did a bit of research. I did a bit of my own research on him when I saw him starting to blow up. I can't find the sales experience.
Me neither.
So I don't know. Those are my thoughts. I haven't been through his course. I haven't talked to any people who have successfully gone through his course.
How many out of 10 would you give him?
So I think his YouTube content is very motivating, and I think it's very good. And I think he puts a lot of free content out there. So he gets some points for delivering so much value to people that is undeniable. Putting up free content on YouTube is an immediate plus if you're trying to sell shit, in my book. 2, 3. I couldn't find the experience there. And I think it's just weird. I think some of the stuff is weird. So that's where I stand. I won't give him a 1 simply because he's helping people a lot with YouTube. But yeah, I don't know. That's where I stand.
We're kind of like lawsuit brothers. We're kind of like lawsuit brothers right now. Like,
yeah, and I'd like to butt in here real quick.
Sure.
It's time for our regularly scheduled disclaimer from Spencer Van. So, Dan, if you're watching this, I do not condone or disagree. I don't agree or disagree with anything they just said. I'm simply the moderator. And
Dan, I'm not out there against you either. Dan, I'm not out there against you either. You know what? I'm all for business, and you know what? If you want to chat about something, hit me up.
Here's what I'll say to Dan. Let me give a personal message from Dan, straight from the channel owner, okay? You want to come on the channel? You're welcome anytime, Dan.
Yeah.
Come be a man, Dan, and come on the channel.
All right.
Come.
Boom, drop the mic.
Get some balls and come on my channel. Because the dodging, the little wordplay with the sending me a lawsuit, like if you know where I live, why don't you come where I live and just let's talk? Why are we doing this interim? Let's talk man to man. Let's do it. Let's do it, buddy. So open invitation. Your people text my people. You have my contact information clearly, and we will hash it out live on Coffeezilla. Let's do it.
Did you just challenge Dan Lok?
Oh, for sure.
Oh shoot!
Live.
I everybody watching, if anybody here also follows Dan's channel, I would let him know. Email his support. Dude, I would be so tuned into that.
It would make great content. Wow. I mean, Dan, think about the content.
Wow. Dude, that would be fun. It would have to be live, live.
100% live. Just like this. Like this.
That would be fire, dude. That would be fire.
Let's go. I have nothing to hide.
That would definitely be a 1 million view video. A 1 million view live stream for sure.
Easy.
For sure.
Wow.